Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Alrighty, so we are going to get started with the salsa basic. And so I'm gonna dance with you as a lead and you will then follow me.
Okay.
So I'm actually gonna teach you the follow footwork for
Okay.
salsa. All right, so you wanna start with your feet together, which you already got, which is perfect. You're gonna take your right foot and you're going to go back with your right, rock forward, back on the left, and then together. And then take your left foot and go forward, rock forward, then go back on your right together. So let's do that again. So go back with the right together, forward with the left together. Oh, you're doing great.
Thank you.
All right, okay. 1, 2, 3, and 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Now, salsa is a dance that comes from Cuba, okay? And we're gonna do another basic. So you're gonna take your right foot and go to the side and together, left to the side, together, right to the side. So it's a dance from Cuba, which is a combination of a dance called son, and then there's cha-cha and rumba. So all of these dances kind of come together and create salsa. Let's go back to our basics. So back with the right and forward with the left. So a lot of those dances are actually rooted in African movement and music. So a lot of the steps actually started out as work dances that people would do when they were working on the plantations. And then it became movement, okay? And then now we have salsa. Let's go to the side. And I'm gonna add one more little basic for you, okay? And then we're gonna do a cross back with the right.
Oh, we're getting funky.
Together,
Hold on, hold
getting
on.
real funky. We're
Okay.
gonna cross back with the right and together, and then cross back with the left and together. Cross back with the right and together, cross back with the left. Good. You caught on really fast for someone who said they didn't know how to dance. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're gonna start with our basic step. Back, forward, and back, and forward. Good, and back, and forward, and back to the side. Without the styling first, side, side, side. Nice. You got good hip movement too. This is great. So now,
No one's ever said that before, ever.
now for the cross back, I am gonna release your hand.
Okay.
And that's when you can do your arm up and like this.
See how it
You're
goes.
gonna see how it goes? Okay. Ready, and. Yes!
Oh,
Nice! Basic step and ba. Oh, you know exactly what you're doing. This is great. So let's finish our last time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna release your hands when we go to the side so you can do your shoulder to shoulder
Okay,
thing, okay? Okay. Okay, and now, and shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder, shoulder to shoulder.
Wait.
Shoulder. So touch here, good. Here, and here.
Is this like ridiculous?
Babe.
He's like, oh no,
Oh, no, you look fine, okay? And basic. Stop. Cross back, cross, and cross, and cross, and cross, and cross,
You know.
and cross, and cross, and basic, and ba, and da. Aye! Very nice. Good job. Good job. You did great.
Thank you.
That was pretty awesome.
Just so people know, where can they learn more information about you guys?
So the best place to go is either, well, there's actually 3 places. There is Facebook, Instagram, actually the third place, our website, which is arohaafrolatindance.com.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Well, guys, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. I have been exploring Brook Green Gardens today, and I am at the Low Country Zoo, and I'm joined by zookeeper Katie. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing much better because I've gotten to be all in the fresh air today. It is so beautiful here, and you truly live a charmed life because you get to be a zookeeper every day. What is that like?
It's pretty cool. Like every day is something new. So we do have a native animal collection. So all of our animals would be found traditionally in the Low Country. So we have like wolves, foxes, otters. We also have a heritage barn. So we have like horses, cows, sheep, goats. But every day is something different, something new. And yeah.
Nice. And okay, we are standing right now in front of the red wolf habitat.
Yes.
Tell me all about this place.
So this was a work of many years. So we rely, being a nonprofit, we rely heavily on donations and through the admission costs. A lot of that money goes into bettering our enclosures for our animals, feeding them, giving them enrichment and things like that. But the Red Wolf Ridge, it was a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into that.
I can imagine.
But red wolves, they are the most endangered canid species in the world. So there's only about 200 of them left in the world. So the fact that we have 3 here is pretty cool.
Yeah. And this is the place to go if you really want to learn more because you guys are the experts when it comes to the animals. So do you have an exhibit here that maybe is your favorite? Are you allowed to choose a favorite animal as a zookeeper?
It's kind of hard to choose a favorite. If I had to pick, it would definitely be our otters. So our otter enclosure is actually split into 2 different things. So we have like this glass exhibit. You can see the otters swimming in the pool. They like to follow you if you like walk along the glass exhibit. But we also have a natural cypress marsh swamp enclosure. So the tide goes in and out naturally. So sometimes the otters are doing like all these flips in really deep water. But then when like tide is low, they are hunting for like fiddler crabs and all sorts of little goodies in there.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about some of the other exhibits here. When I walked in, I got to see the baby goats.
Yes.
So you have goats and cows and sheep, I think, too?
Yes.
Okay,
sheep
tell me
and,
more.
We also have marsh tacky horses. So all heritage breeds. Our Spanish goats here are actually specifically the Low Country Spanish goats. So they all came from an island in South Carolina. So we specifically breed them. We're part of a breeding program in order to keep that kind of like subspecies lineage going.
Very cool.
So right now we do have like 5 baby goats, and they are pains in my butts, but they are super cute.
And you were saying they were Low Country baby goats.
Yes.
I was going to say, I didn't get it on camera, but I saw one with Spanish moss in its mouth. And I don't think it's more Low Country than that.
Yeah, no, these guys love their Spanish moss. They love it when like a storm rolls through because all the trees lose the Spanish moss, or they will get, especially our live oak trees, if they have limbs fall. All of our animals pretty much love the Spanish moss. Our otters, sometimes they will like grab it and like make a little nest or like bed sort of thing. Yeah.
Using the elements.
Yeah.
Well, very cool, Katie.
This portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Long Law Firm.
You're watching Living Local Carolina, and today I am with John Long from Long Law Firm, and we're talking about power of attorney.
Yeah.
What is the power of attorney?
Sounds very complicated and
Yes.
legal. So what a power of attorney is essentially is you're giving someone else authorization to make a decision for you during your lifetime.
Okay.
So under that umbrella of power of attorney, we have two different types. One is for finance, called a durable power of attorney, and one is for medical decisions, called a healthcare power of attorney. So the benefit of a power of attorney is if someone is mentally incapacitated, or maybe out of the country, or unable to make their own business transactions, they can have a durable power of attorney that says, I authorize this person to go out into the world and conduct business for me. The other power of attorney is called a healthcare power of attorney.
Okay.
So it's always preferred that I make my own healthcare decisions. But if two doctors determine that I'm mentally incapacitated, then through the healthcare power of attorney, I can assign someone authorization to make medical decisions for me while I'm incapacitated.
And I hear a lot about a living will. What is that exactly?
So a living will and a healthcare power of attorney work together. But if I get to the end of life, that death is inevitable within probably 24 to 48 hours, a living will says, I now take authority away from my healthcare agent, and it's now my decision to the doctor, don't put me on life support, don't give me artificial food and hydration, just let me die a natural death. So another name for a living will is a declaration of desire for natural death. So that puts me in control of whether or not I'm on life-sustaining treatment, or if I just want to pass naturally.
Gotcha. This is all things people need to know. So how can they get in contact with you if they have questions?
You can call our office at 843-488-2810, or you can look us up on the web at longlawconway.com.
This portion of Living Local Carolina is sponsored by Long Law Firm.
Good morning. Thanks everybody for joining us today on Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined by Will from Dreamwalkers. How are you doing?
Good.
Awesome. I want you to go ahead and tell me your story.
Got injured. Well, actually, I played basketball and football at college. Yeah. I was like the only freshman playing football and basketball. At the end of my sophomore, actually it was the last spring game, I got injured making a tackle. The injury was I fractured my C4, C5 vertebrae. My parents flew up there. They quit their jobs, and I was with them for every day for like 4 years straight before my mom passed.
What are some of the resources that Dreamwalkers helps out with?
If I have the funding and backing from the community, I'll give away as much as possible. It doesn't matter. My goal is to help others out in my position.
So are you able to provide like equipment? You were saying transportation. What does that look like?
It was just like some folks need to go to the doctor, or someone need to go out with their family. They're having family functions and they're stuck at home. You know, little things like that would be a huge plus for someone's family. Mentally, I would want to have physical therapy, someone that deals with mental health, or therapists, just different outlets, like with people in my position, that they can reach out to Dreamwalkers just like that and get an answer.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Have you ever been somewhere that you can immediately tell has a story? Rain is falling over the 40 sprawling acres of Freewood's farm. 40 acres and a mule named Maggie. Farmer Smalls invites me to sit by the fire, and I'm all ears.
Well, Freewood's farm is a living farm museum. And we tell the story of the role of farming in African American history after the Civil War. At the end of the Civil War, you had almost 4 million newly freed slaves. And of course, we've been in slavery for about 2.5 centuries of slavery in the United States.
Despite their newly found freedom, the majority of these individuals were left with no education, no money, or even somewhere to go.
And the big question in the country at the time was, what are you going to do with these 4 million people? Well, this became a problem for General Sherman because you had a lot of emancipated people following the Union Army in order to get food and to get away from those plantations. So what he did, he took a strip of land stretching all the way from Charleston down to Florida that he called captured land. It's land that his military had captured. He took that strip of land, chopped it up into 40-acre lots, and gave each family 40 acres. And black people were very excited about that because they had a farm. They had 40 acres. Well, of course, Lincoln was assassinated. The new president came in and was soon decided that under the Constitution, the government can't take land from one person and give it to another. The government can take land, but only under the power of eminent domain. And under the power of eminent domain, the government has to pay for it.
And just like that, countless black families had to give up their new land.
And that was a very sad chapter because they had planted the fields and had crops growing, and they had to leave those farms. Now, I think it's important to point out that a few were able to keep the farms, and that was because of some sympathetic whites, and some worked out terms that the newly freed slaves could manage, and they could pay for it over a period of time. But basically, they didn't get the 40 acres. Freewood's farm represents that 40 acres they didn't get.
Freewood's farm was one of those rare situations where the newly freed slaves could work out a deal to pay for the farm. 2 more generations of black farmers worked tirelessly, growing crops like rice and even producing turpentine.
But it was this 3rd generation, the grandchildren of the original settlers. They served in the First World War, and they used their monies earned in the First World War to buy up the rest of the land in this area. So what we do here at Freewood's farm is we tell the story of what they did, what those black farmers did during that first century of freedom.
Like Farmer Smalls said, a living museum where pictures, videos, and even interviews can't fully capture how it feels to stand on its soil and listen. You can find the farm at 9515 Freewoods Road in Myrtle Beach. To set up a tour, give them a call at 843-650-9139 or visit www.freewoodsfarm.com.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.